This is sports stuff. Betting stuff.
Woohoo!
We are
We're
we
on
we
the
don't
upswing.
ah,
Don't listen about Muff. Me and you were on the upswing. Remember, we were offers.
that's true. Oh yeah, it literally could not get worse. I
We've
think that
gotten
we'd have
up.
bet too many games.
We're doing okay, bud.
Alex, you didn't even give a ka-chow. Do you think I have not earned a ka-chow the last 2 weeks?
Well,
As Jim just said, you're on the upswing.
we're
Yeah,
going
but
up.
3-6 is not ka-chow worthy. It was a sad ka-chow last week. We didn't even get that. I know. Well, that was like right now we're in like that middle range. Like it's not sad ka-chow, it's not happy ka-chow. So it's hold on here. Let me give a mute ka-chow. Ka-chow.
There you go.
It's an indifferent ka-chow. All right, that's fair. This is Sports Stuff, Betting Stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming out of the Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host, the original degenerate Muff.
Hello,
Howdy,
Muff.
folks. Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. Great to see everyone. Next, we're joined by the Ohio Homer, the Ohio Degenerate, and the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
Hello, friends.
And last, certainly not least, the medical degenerate, the one who tells us what's going to happen to all the Gumbies after they go down or
Mm.
hang around, the medical degenerate, Alex. That's me. This is the sports stuff, betting stuff crew. As has already been alluded to, not the best. Not the best last couple weeks, but there's always hope. Because, boys, guess what? Your next bet is your best bet.
That's right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay.
I'll be all right. Uh, I feel like just because we do this, we have to introduce our totems, our tokens, our items of
I
good
have a
luck.
new one. I'm making a change.
Ooh,
Ooh,
we have a change. Alex is making a change. So, Alex, go ahead. Let us know what your item of good luck is now, as
Well,
opposed to your tie-dye Ogilvy hat.
because I've been cold lately, I had to change up the hats, get some Sherpa lining in there to try to heat myself back up.
like, that's not a bad call.
The cold weather is hitting the Ohio Valley, and Alex is preparing. Your Carhartt earmuff hat.
Yeah, we can do flaps up or flaps down. We'll start flaps up, but if it gets much colder, we're gonna have to go flaps down.
Horns up.
Flaps. Let's not get crazy.
Okay. All right, Jim, what is your item of good luck?
I'm still rocking the Ohio State hat with the state of Ohio flag on the bill. Gonna be a tough week. Gonna be a tough week, but we're riding with the hat.
All right. I am also going to stay strong with my item of good luck, which is my WVU conductor's cap, purchased for $1 at Topper Thrift on the campus of West Liberty University, which you two will be interested to know. Maybe nobody else that's listening, but you two will be interested to know that I was one of the MCs for the Topper Thrift Fashion Show this past week.
Why would you not tell me that ahead of time? That would have been something worth attending.
For all of the reasons that you would have been attending is the reasons I did not promote and advertise this. Uh, although it would have helped if we had a couple more people in the audience, but yeah, for full disclosure, I was given what to say. So these were not my thoughts on the outfits. These were the things that were provided to me. So there was a script. I will say I went off script a few times because
No,
it's not fun not to. And I had a co-host or a co-MC, and I will just say it was like the odd couple.
I bet.
Just really displeased.
I will not disclose this person's name because they did not provide that opportunity for me. But just think of somebody that's the exact opposite of me.
All right. I mean, I was not there, so
I don't know who you think it is, Alex. So
It's
we'll
not okay.
we can discuss later. All right. So how this is going to go? We are going to get into last week's best bets, specialty picks, and then talk about this week's NFL and college football slate. But before we do that, I want to make sure everybody knows that our exclusive betting app is FanDuel.
FanDuel.
Alex,
Alex is not even in this, man.
FanDuel.
Alex, oh,
I was
Jesus,
going to give a dramatic pause, but
it was very dramatic. So dramatic. You've been spending way
Right.
too much time in a certain building on campus. Dramatic.
Oh, get him.
the top.
FanDuel is our exclusive betting app. I'm curious, Jim, have you received any additional bonuses now that the sports books are fighting back?
No, no, I have not, and I'm kind of upset about it. In fact, let me look right now and see if they're giving me anything on the FanDuel. I have nothing on the FanDuel.
Hmm,
In fact, that's terrible. That's terrible.
absolutely terrible.
I mean, they want to give me some bullshit Browns for tomorrow night, but like,
Oh, they want to give you well,
Browns,
yeah, this is bullshit.
Steelers.
Steelers, baby.
Where's my Brown or where's my college football
Oh, that doesn't
betors?
happen until Friday or Saturday. Alex, did you get the same promotion that I got for a 30% profit boost on a live bet in the Browns Steelers game?
Yes, I
Where's my
usually
Maction? I want my Maction.
yes, I got 30% profit boost
Jim, is
on
that your deal
live
as
bet.
well?
What?
A 30%
30%?
live profit boost?
I think so. Hold on.
Oh, well, you just not the Browns, it's just the game.
I will
I
say
saw
I
the
don't.
Browns and I just automatically flipped it, man.
I will say
Yeah, 30% profit boost.
I don't mind like live betting and having to use it live, but it's so annoying to try to place a live bet because it keeps like locking you out.
My what I try to do if I can, if I'm going to use one of those, is I try to do it right as the game's starting.
Yeah.
I got
That
some
way,
odds boosts on the Caesars though.
oh, he's cheating again, Alex.
Are you stepping out?
I'm peeping.
Just
Oh,
because you're on a
he's
diet doesn't mean you can't look at the menu, I guess.
Like
Jim's sitting second row to the stage and tossing some dollar bills.
yeah, here we go.
Don't go first,
Like
Jim. Don't
there's
go.
a Pickens 50 plus receiving yards, plus 300 boost.
It's not bad.
There's a Chubb Harris each 50 plus rushing yards, plus 150 yard bonus.
Chubby Harris boost.
Steelers win and Wilson two passing tutties, plus 300. Jameis Winston 200 plus passing yards and two tutties, plus 300. That ain't happening. That's throwing away your money.
I would say of what you've said so far, the Pickens 50 plus would be
Yeah,
mine
I know.
Yeah.
That's a solid one right there.
because that could just be one catch for him.
Yeah. Yeah. The 33% college football parlay boost.
I mean, I think at this point we've all realized that any parlay boosts are sucker bets, but
Yeah.
it's so damn fun. We just can't
Yeah. I mean, I'm
we can't quit them.
logic doesn't mean shit to me. That sounds beautiful.
All right, let's get into our recap of last week's best bets. The winner by volume is Alex.
The fact that I'm a winner at 3-6 is wild.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
So I went 3-6 this week. I lost Texas minus 13.5 at Arkansas. I lost LSU minus 4.5 at Florida. I won Missouri plus 13.5 at South Carolina. Lost Kansas State minus 8.5 versus Arizona State. The bad Kansas State showed up. Uh, Lost Oregon minus 14.5 at Wisconsin.
Dog
Lost
shit. Dog
Washington
shit.
State minus 11.5 at New Mexico. I won the Lions minus 13.5 versus the Jags.
Talk
Roll,
about
roll
the
with it.
lock of the week.
Roll with it. Lost Packers minus 5.5 at Bears and won Texans minus 7.5 at Cowboys.
That Packers thing was dog shit too. God. Ugh.
Wait, what about it?
Did you watch the game?
I mean, I know how the game ended, and I know the controversy that's happening with that.
All right, so I know this is not the podcast that we do this on. I happen to be sitting with fellow podcast guest Noah, who allowed us to use his Sunday ticket. And I got to finally sit down and watch multiple NFL games like I do on a Saturday with college.
Hmm.
And the setup that I had had was the I had the Jags on, I had the Packers on, and I had put money on the Colts game. I had all my games on. I was like, I'll never have this happen in my life, even on Saturdays.
Hmm.
The Packers in that whole first half, I was like, I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit the Colts game. And I'm gonna hit the Lions game, and I'm sitting pretty. Halftime came. I obviously cracked a bottle open because I'm feeling good. Then it all took a shit. The Packers just fell to shit. It was just all bad. Everything was bad. Except for the Lions. Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Jim, why don't you just go next?
Oh, some I don't want to. I'm mad.
Well, this one
LSU
is
minus 4.5, lost. W, fuck sticks. They lost. Oregon should have never doubled down on that. I knew there was something funny about that. So much thought. I should have just gave up. Should have trusted my gut. They've lost that. Packers minus 5.5. 49ers minus 6.5. By that point in the weekend, I just didn't even watch that game. So I don't even know the outcome, but I know they lost. The Lions, bingo ringo, and the Texans, bingo ringo. Two teams I've rode with all year coming in clutch for my two wins.
Jim 2-6 for the week, 46-42 overall for a 523 winning percentage. Alex 3-6 in the week, 37-41 overall for a 474 winning percentage. I placed myself in second place with the same winning percentage for the week as Alex, but since Alex had more overall games bet, I just go with I went with the theory that with more games bet, how things have been going, it's likely that I was to lose more and not win more. So I put myself in second place. My two wins were the Dolphins to cover 7, hosting the Raiders, and the Texans to cover 7.5 at Jerry World, offset my losses of LSU not covering, in fact, not even winning against Florida, Oregon not covering against
Birds.
Wisconsin, Packers not covering against the Bears, and the Niners not covering hosting the Seahawks. Seahawks win that game outright.
I
You
think
can
we should
see.
fire Brian Kelly. Like, I think that should just be like a fan poll. Should we fire him? Gone.
Yeah, he does not fit down there.
No. Dog turd.
Next in the Mike All Stott Hit Stick Pick of the Week,
Pow, 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 pow.
we lose. Goes to 7-5 as we took Oregon to cover 14.5 against Wisconsin. I am going to humbly ask, that we do not use the light for any picks this week.
Yeah, the light's on a break.
I think we relied too heavily on the light in the past
I
few
agree.
weeks, and
I agree.
it hasn't bit us until really
It
this
has not
week.
been fruitful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next in the Midwest Mobster Risky Pick of the Week.
Get out of here.
We took the Bengals money line at the Chargers, and after the first half, we were looking good. And the
Yep.
Bengals took the biggest Duke ever.
Which doesn't that put them out? Like,
Not officially.
but I mean, like they're done.
Uh, not they're not formally eliminated, but they are very, very close. Brings the risk pick to 5-7 for the season, and the sell the nutting team Bob parlay.
Ugh.
We didn't make it out of Saturday. We had obviously the all-star pick was in there. So the Oregon to cover did not win. Packers to cover did not win. Uh, Alex, which between you and Jim had Texans?
I did.
Mhm.
I
Got
forgot the order that we went in.
Packers, I think, 'cause that was the worst.
Okay.
I know
Jim
I
had
didn't take the Packers.
okay. And then I had the Dolphins in this one to cover 7 against the Raiders. That was the win. But we didn't get out of Saturday as a group. Brings the parlay to 1-11 for the season.
Still, we're still gonna get that second win.
That
It's
would
not
be a win for the year for me if we got a second parlay to hit. Really, that's what cursed us.
What? The
When we
parlay
made
one?
that parlay hit, then we started tanking.
Yeah, it's not been great. Not been great since then. 5-7.
We can only go up from here, boys.
It's actually still opportunity for all of us to go down again.
No, we're going up.
There's
Okay.
always a chance.
Always a chance. Getting into this week's NFL slate, starting in Thursday night football. Kirk Herbstreit, Al Michaels, and the crew. Steelers traveling to the mistake on the lake to take on the Browns. Steelers favored by 3.5, over into 36.5.
Alex, did you just go outside? You need a cigarette? What are you doing?
No, I'm listening. I just realized I have wet laundry in the washer that I have to throw in the dryer because I'm not rewashing it over it. So I'm carrying your love with me. Like no,
It's a Thursday game, but I don't like this should be the Steelers.
I know this goes against every ounce of my being because what I really want to do is bet the Steelers, but it's a Thursday game and I don't bet the Steelers.
Sorry, guys.
Um,
I'm just doing it.
yeah, me too.
I'm
Me too.
I'm doing it. I
scared.
understand. It's time.
Now I
It's
have FOMO.
Alex. It's up to you, buddy.
Now, I don't know. I have to think about this.
Okay. Well, Alex is thinking about this and changing out laundry. Let's get into the
What about the
Sunday.
over, Muff?
I'm not messing with the over under in a in division matchup.
But hasn't Thursdays been like a thing?
I have not seen the statistics this year on Thursdays.
Okay.
Haven't
Usually
seen them.
primetime games, I mess up the over under every time.
All right. All right.
Well, because you typically vote for the over.
That is true. I hate voting for unders, and I realized that I hate voting for like under yardage.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to vote for like drops and stuff like that. Like I want to vote for like yeah, big play. It's just not as fun to me.
Voting for fun. Sunday NFL football. Vikings at the Bears. Vikings favored by 3.5, over into 39.5.
Here's another one that like I actually might have put it on there. No, but I am leaning the
Lean
Vikings.
Vikings. I would I would be on that lean with you. I have
I
no
don't know if
concerns
I'm
about
doing it
that.
out of spite though, because I did not want the Bears to win last weekend, and now I'm pissed off.
I am staying away from this game, but I don't fault you for going Vikings. My gut would be Vikings.
Yeah, I would if I had to go somewhere, Jim, I would be on that side too. I'm just not going to. Next we have the Bucks at the Giants. Bucks favored by 5.5, over to 41.5.
Tommy
Tommy
Cutlets.
Cutlets starting at quarterback for the Giants. Bucks coming off a bye. Bucks in the middle of the race in their division. Give me the Bucks
Staying
to
away.
cover
That
five
makes
and
me
a
feel
half.
good because I am also on the Bucks and felt good about it. And then I was like, am I missing something? But I'm going with it.
I
Bucks.
feel like Tommy Cutlets shows out, puts a nail in what's his face's coffin that he is officially done, done, done.
Oh, Jones.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I think this is just a bad juju game. I don't want nothing to do with it. Like I haven't felt that way all year doing this, but this is one game where my gut says don't touch that.
Okay. Last week you told me that the Dolphins were not going to cover.
I did, but I didn't feel as strong as I do about
Okay.
this.
You feel all right. Well, Alex and I feel strongly the other way. So we'll see. We'll see where the feelings and the sentiments
Yeah,
end up in this one. Patriots at Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 7.5, over under 46.5.
Two fairly, I don't know. I don't want to say inconsistent, but I guess inconsistent teams. My vote would be to stay away from this game.
I watched the Patriots game last weekend. They seem to shoot themselves in the foot. So if I like had to, I would go against the Patriots, but like I'm staying away.
I mean, yeah, you still got Drake May in there as a rookie at quarterback. Um, he has kept them competitive. So I feel like this game is competitive, which means I don't want to be on the wrong side of a last minute touchdown, field goal, or something like that to make this a less than one score game. I'm staying away. Titans at Texans. Texans favored by 7.5. Over under 40.5.
I'm riding the Texans.
I'm
Yeah,
not going to disagree. I'm not going to, I have no counter to why I shouldn't. I just feel that I am not.
yeah, I'm with Muff just because there are things I like better more than anything.
I mean, I've done it all year. I think it burned me once.
Do it up.
You do you, boo. Chiefs at Panthers. Chiefs favored by 10.5. Over under 43.5.
They don't cover very much.
They don't, but are the Panthers just that bad? This is really what this comes down to. Chiefs coming off a loss could be. I mean, this is like the perfect spot for them to just be like, okay, let's show the world again who we are. Um, but I'm going to stay away for the reasons that you said, Jim. Chiefs not covering machines, and I just don't want to be on the wrong side of it. Alex,
Yeah, I'm staying away. Just honestly, similar. I like a lot of games in the NFL. I just had to pick which ones I like the most, and this one did not make the cut. But I would pick the Chiefs if I had
Cowboys at Commanders.
Bum,
to.
bum, 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 bum.
Commanders minus 10.5. Over under 44.5.
I feel like this is that spread's too high, and I think there's a lot of hate on the Cowboys. I'm not saying the Commanders don't win, but that spread scares me away.
What hate do you speak of?
Like I think we all know, oh, the Cowboys suck. They're not going to win. Jerry's an idiot. The stadium's falling apart. Like the world's crashing down in Dallas. There's no way. But this is a rivalry game. The spread's 10.5. I just don't feel it.
I'm worried about the Commanders' defense, right? The Cowboys'
That's fair too.
offense is not something with Cooper Rush. I assume Cooper Rush still at the helm. It still has CeeDee Lamb out there. Jake Ferguson went out early in the last game with a concussion. Cowboys could still potentially throw the ball around on the Commanders, which keeps this close. So I'm going to stay away. I agree also. The rivalry game, even though it's Cowboys Commanders, not Cowboys R words, um, still still there. Lions at the Coats. Lions favored by 7.5, over under 50.5.
Well, I mean, do you have to ask
I mean, it's a question.
It's
Lions?
not. Lions do have a key piece of another key piece of their defense out with Alex Anzalone. I think he's out for the next 5, 6, 7 weeks, some extended period of time. He's one of their coverage linebackers, one of their big, big pieces of the defensive puzzle. Um,
I
I'm gonna
think
stay away for that reason.
I think that their offense carries it.
Fair. This is you guys thing. I'm gonna stay away from this one. Broncos at Raiders. Broncos favored by 6.5, over under 41.5.
Give me the Broncos here. I
Same.
The Broncos have been rolling. The Raiders are not great. Give me the Broncos. In Bo,
Good
I
for you
trust
boys.
this week.
Good for
Bonix,
good for you boys.
Bonix for Heisman. Because in my mind, he's still in college playing football.
I think you guys are. I mean, it might be a good pick. I don't want anything to do with it.
You don't believe in Sean Payton and Bonix?
I think this game is trash.
Because
Both teams just aren't impressive.
have you
Supposedly,
not been watching the Broncos?
no, because I don't. I still have hate. Like I'm not a Chargers fan, but I still have hate for that team.
Okay. Next, 49ers at Packers. Packers favored by 1.5, over under 47.5. George Kittle says he's going to play in this game. Brock Purdy came out after last week's loss that he has been battling some shoulder tightness. Obviously, we have Christian McCaffrey back. I'm going to stay away for all of like these weird unknown situations going on in San Francisco. Good. Other
Yeah,
thoughts?
yeah. Feels
Sorry,
like a pick 'em.
I had another laundry issue. I left the door open. I have too many pairs of jeans in there. It's like loud as hell.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with it.
Alex 49ers Packers.
No.
All right. Next are the Cardinals at the Seahawks. The division leading Cardinals favored by 1.5 over under 47.5.
I want to say Seahawks here.
Yeah, but of course you do. That's your jam. Is there any like legitimate reason other than that's your jam?
At it's at the Seahawks and
Yep.
because Gino.
All right,
I mean, we knew that was coming, Jim.
fair enough.
Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers. Eagles at Rams in Sunday Night Football. Eagles favored by 2.5 over under 48.5.
Is Puka Nakua hurt?
No, he played last game.
Yeah, but he got hurt in the last game.
He's, at all accounts that I've heard, is he's playing.
Like he got waxed a couple times. So
Welcome to Puka's world. Puka, I don't
mean,
care.
yeah, he definitely was. He definitely gave no shits about his physical being.
Give me the Rams plus the points. Eagles traveling across the country. Rams trending upward. Again, the Rams another one of those teams that's in that division race in the NFC. What is that? South? West? West.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me the Rams plus the points in this one.
Yeah, I don't fault you for that.
No,
I'm
me
gonna
either.
personally take it. I feel too torn on it, but I honestly, for me, it's a coin flip.
Next in Monday Night Football, Ravens at the Chargers. Ravens favored by 3 over under 50.5.
Uh, had to pick, I would take the Chargers. Using your logic about traveling across the country,
So is this two Chargers Monday night games back to back?
probably.
Wasn't it Chargers Bengals?
Yeah.
They just them
But
playing the
that's what happens when you have a stadium, Alex.
them playing the AFC North is just that's
Yeah.
the new feature.
Yeah. Jimmy Harbaugh brings on the ratings.
I'm staying away.
I also am going to be staying away. If I had to choose, I would actually look at the under in this game.
Yeah, that's a good pick too.
All right, moving into the college football world. Is this first game Saturday or Friday, Jim?
It's Saturday.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Starting with Saturday's football, Iowa taking on Maryland. Iowa favored by 6.5 over under 45.5.
I'm taking Iowa.
I don't knock you for that. That's where I would go if I was
I honestly think I'm doing it because I've bet against Maryland and it's burned me so many times that like it's got to hit this time, right? And like it's Iowa. Come on.
Don't want to go with the over, Jim?
No.
All right, I'm gonna stay away. I don't fault you for it. At Maryland, who knows? Who knows? One of the things that, right, we're starting to get into now here in the Midwest to East Coast is weather. So I think this
Yeah.
weekend could be a weather weekend for some some of these Midwest to East Coast matchups. What's the wind going to be doing? What's the cold? Is this going to impact scoring? It's the real first weekend we've had to consider this in these matchups. So
Yeah.
TBD. Next, in the big noon kickoff. Is this game day game two?
I don't know.
I mean, it should be. Well,
Yeah, I don't know if there's much other option. It should be both. Big noon kickoff and the game day game. Indiana at Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 13.5 over under 51.5. Jim, what is the sentiment feeling? The word in Columbus Town.
Starting center towards Achilles yesterday in practice for Ohio State.
Yep, transfer from Alabama came in, but last year's starter is the backup. So if there's any
Starting center
consolation,
from Alabama.
he transferred from Alabama.
Starting center. Starting center from Alabama towards Achilles. What do you think the feeling is at Ohio State? Let me put it this way, Ma. let me put it this way. The news broke as the basketball team won by 50 last night.
Mhm.
The news broke during the game.
Yeah.
Do you think we knew what the score was of that? Like, do you think that made news here in Columbus?
I mean, nobody cares if you win by 50 unless it gets like a top team.
Nobody gave a shit about that. Like, nobody gave a shit about that basketball game. Nobody. Like, people at the game were texting me because that's where they found out was at the game. That's what they were talking about. They didn't talk about the basketball. The sky was falling. Falling, Muff.
I mean, I get it. Your center is good, and it sucks to mess up your center. But like Muff's saying, you have someone who has big game experience already, and with the other weapons of your team, are you really that stressed out about one player?
Well,
Do you
what
believe
had
that
happened
Indiana is good
was
enough? Do you believe that Indiana is good enough that with one player down, they can beat you now?
it's not one. We lost one.
You're right, you had a tackle out, but that's been
Now we have
resolved.
two.
That's Haven't that tackle been out for a while though?
And we patched it together. And now it's like Swiss
Ridiculous.
cheese is
It's
the
not
thought.
Jim. The
It's
backup
ridiculous.
center is the guy who started last year.
Swiss
Yes,
cheese.
you're acting like you're like went to the
You
cafeteria.
asked
You're like
me
you're
what the
big
mindset
play.
You're
was.
right. You're right. I did open this Pandora's box.
I'm telling you what the mindset is.
Is that your mindset?
No, because I like you're saying the backup center is there. I agree with that. I think the weapons are there defensively that I'm not really worried about Indiana. I think that the spread, since this is the betting show, 13 and a half, I don't know that they cover that. I think Ohio State wins by like 7, in
Fair
my
enough.
opinion.
Okay.
I think that first quarter is going to be everything.
Okay.
We haven't been able to get out of the gates in the last 4 weeks,
Gotcha.
so I think it's going to be tight. Toy.
Is, are we boycotting Big Noon Kickoff?
Oh, I won't watch. Nope,
Why are you not watching?
because the Big Ten is a whore.
Just checking.
They hoard themselves out to the peacock, Alex, for
Agreed.
primetime games, but we can't get a primetime game on Fox.
Yep.
Just checking.
But I think
I,
the hate that goes to Joel Klatt is undeserved, and Joel Klatt is not a bad man. He just defended his employer as he should.
yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this. If I were to go anywhere, this would be like just I hope for points to be a fun game.
I
Alex
do
and
not.
I,
We could
Alex and I
not.
will probably maybe be watching this at a
Yeah,
tailgate.
I'm pretty sure we'll be watching this.
I
Okay.
would bet the under.
I'm hoping for the over.
We might be watching this in a very fun location with
You're
people
gonna
who
be in
Um,
Morgantown. Like, what's fun in
and
Morgantown?
yeah, we were at the same tailgate last week, and that was the game we were watching at the time. Next, Ole Miss at Florida. Ole Miss favored by 10.5 over into 55.5.
I've never really doubted my Ole Miss picks harder than this one. I'm gonna ride with Ole Miss, but it's in the swamp, and Muff does that thing where it's in the swamp.
I mean, I don't think that's been much of a thing this year, but obviously Florida has proven some people wrong after last week.
So I'm still gonna ride with it, but dang.
Don't feel as great as you once did.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this just because I
Yeah,
don't I don't know what's happening in the SEC anymore.
I don't think they do either.
Yeah,
it's chaotic.
yeah, they know they love Texas.
At the same event that I was at with Noah, we sat down and tried to figure out who would be there's Texas and who else. I, I don't I don't know how you figure that out.
But in the SEC,
Like who goes to the championship game?
oh, as far as who ends up there, yeah, there's a lot of weird situations that can play out here in the last
Yeah.
weeks. Illinois at Rutgers. Illinois favored by 1.5 over under 47.5. Illinois getting some they're catching some shrapnel this week about
Yeah.
being ranked. Uh, catching some strays. Um, I'm
But
gonna
I don't
stay.
think Rutgers got it.
I'm picking Illinois here as a best bet.
Yeah. Are you taking them?
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, no, I put this game on there because it's a line that's appealing to me, and I'm here for it.
I'm gonna go with you.
I I'm
You know
not
what
gonna.
I'm gonna do, Alex? Let's
Oh,
not listen them off for a second. Let's
Okay.
let's do our own thing for a hot minute.
Usually don't, so okay.
You want to make our own parlay?
Oh, we could do that, I think.
You want to do a Big Ten parlay?
A Big Ten parlay?
Yeah.
I mean, sure. That would be like, are we picking every Big Ten game?
I mean, I got at least four on my card, five on my card right now.
I mean, I'm in because I got the Illinois.
Take a look at my card and think about it.
Okay.
you finally done it. Finally done it. Next, in an absolutely scintillating matchup between two one-win teams. That's correct. Two one-win teams fighting for their second wins of the season. Charleston Southern at Florida State. Florida State favored by 33 and a half, over under 44 and a half.
If Florida State loses this game,
I want to take Charleston Southern plus the points just because.
oh yeah, it would be fun. I feel like that should probably be
In your guys' wacky ass parlay,
can't be because it kind of kills the
it kills the Big Ten vibe.
I agree, Jim, by the way.
Thank you.
That's the only reason I put it on there because I saw this and I was like, this is outrageous that we're having this discussion this far in the college football season that Florida State is a one-win team and hoping to get their second to
I
win
don't think
against
they
Charleston
cover,
Southern.
if that helps.
That's what I said. I want everything in my being to do it. I just don't know if I can pull myself to be that much of a degenerate betting on this game. Uh, BYU at Arizona State. Arizona State favored by 3.5, over under 48 and a half. Ooh, Alex.
If I was you and you're betting on this game, I'm not. I'm not betting on the Big 12. That's a lie. Actually, I am. But uh, that's a lie. I am. I forgot I am. Uh, if I were you, I would take Arizona State.
Ooh.
Arizona State is the trendy pick right now in the Big 12.
Exactly. And I feel like Big 12 is like very trendy team wise.
But are
Like,
you doing that so that you can spoil Dion's?
no, no, I didn't even cross my mind, and I mean that genuinely.
I mean, that doesn't spoil anything for him yet. What is that spoiling, Jim?
Because BYU would make a run, right? Like if BYU loses,
The two Big 12 losses.
that will kick them out.
I mean, yeah, for the time being.
So there'll be Arizona State and Colorado in the Big 12 championship. And I think Colorado beats Arizona State.
I think Colorado has a chance to beat both these teams.
I think BYU is a
Um,
better matchup.
we may never know,
Yeah.
truth be told. I'm staying away. Kentucky at Texas. Texas favored by 20 and a half, over under 46 and a half. I'm just going to say this. Been a lot of heat from some of the SEC, ESPN personalities about Penn State. I counter
Uh-oh.
with
Uh-oh.
Texas.
Yeah, I
I,
agree.
I counter with Texas, who has no real quality wins aside from people saying, "Oh, they beat SEC teams," with a loss to Georgia.
I don't think they cover against Texas either.
I don't think they cover on not on purpose. I don't when I say this, I don't mean like they don't cover on
Wait,
purpose.
Kentucky Muff, I'm sorry.
Okay. I was like, is there another game that I missed somewhere?
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
that that Texas wins is obviously, but doesn't cover it. I can see them taking it easy.
and getting ready for A&M.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
they should beat Kentucky easily, and I can see them getting in control of the game and then like put off the gas in a little bit here.
Yep.
Gentlemen, this
Start.
may this
Oh,
may be one of the first true times that I'm true spite pick. I'm gonna take Kentucky plus the points.
all right.
Yes, spite pick for your reasoning, but it's the pick I would have taken.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. Consider
Do
it
it,
done.
Muff.
Wisconsin at Nebraska. Nebraska favored by 2.5, over under 42.5.
I would take Wisconsin. That's going to be in the parlay. I'm not making it my best bet because my card got full.
It's going to be in your Jim Alex parlay.
Yeah, it's going to be in my Jim Alex parlay.
Yeah, he has a really good name for it too.
So it's not a best bet, but it is in the Jim Alex parlay.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'm staying away. Can Penn State at Minnesota? Penn State favored by 11.5, over under 45.5. Just win, baby.
I was just gonna say Minnesota to cover Penn State to win, but Penn State might also be in. We need
Didn't they
to.
cover last week? Just asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend, or do you want to replay in your mind Alex's dance that was celebrating Penn State covering and Ohio State not covering
Oh yeah,
while
that's
while
right.
while we're at the WU game?
Yeah, fuck you, Alex. How about that?
I want to
That
say I don't remember my dance, but
I would not be surprised if you didn't recall part of that.
it's coming in and out.
Alex had a day, Jim. Alex had a day.
Alex had
Um,
a day.
I left Alex unattended for approximately 2 hours. By the time I found Alex again, Alex was a different man.
It
I
was.
don't. I don't. We're gonna move on. What happened? Like, if he was a different man, did he find a new woman? Like, what you
I
mean?
Oh,
think he found copious amounts of alcohol in my absence.
it did. There were shots were taken, shots were had, which is never a good idea for me ever. Ever, if I ever look at you and say, "Should I do this shot?" The answer is always no.
No.
Meanwhile, I went to find Baltimore Guru Keith, who donkey kicked me in the nut. So
Uh,
Jesus.
I lost in all ends of this situation.
uh,
I went to find somebody, had a minor medical emergency, and when I come to find Alex, I was worried for what was going to happen for the rest of the football game.
Good
it
grief.
worked out.
It all worked out in the end, but there were some shaky times. Alex went back what I thought was to get food and came back with multiple beers.
I was having
All
a party.
right.
I think kicked both of them over. So
Yeah,
I didn't actually. I was like the Iowa State guy, but not as rude to the people sitting around me.
you were not belligerent to the point anybody hated you.
Exactly.
Um, Next, Colorado. Well, I'm not doing anything in the Penn State game. I didn't last week. It worked out. We're just going to stick to that for the moment.
Alex, do we want to add that game to the parlay?
Here's my concern with this one. I think Penn State knows they need to get the haters off their back. I
Mm-hmm.
would I worry they might come out with the mentality of win as bad as possible.
All right. So
So we're not.
before we move on from this, there's a Michigan, a Northwestern at Michigan, Northwestern or Michigan minus 10.5.
Right, we're going to get there.
It's not on there.
It is.
Oh, sure
Oh wow,
shit
you took
is.
that out of order. My fault. Well, I'm gonna jump ahead to that. Uh,
Okay.
do we
North
want to add that to the
yes,
hot start?
Northwestern plus 10.5 should be on the parlay.
Okay, go ahead,
I
Muff.
assumed we were on the same side of that. So
I
Uh,
didn't know.
Colorado at Kansas. Colorado favored by 3.5, over into 59.5. I'm going with the over in this game, boys.
Ooh, I'm staying away. I think that's the worst call you've made, maybe all year.
All year. You know
I
what,
will
Jim?
not be surprised picking this one.
I'm gonna take that as a compliment because I think almost every time you've told me I'm making a terrible pick, it has won.
Let that be sealed.
Yeah, I'm going with the over. Kansas has been showing up. They have Daniels back at quarterback in Colorado. Offense, I think this is going to be a Big 12 shootout.
Oregon got a damn bye.
You know, Jim, look up their schedule.
Big Ten is just fuck ass.
UCF at WU. UCF favored by 2.5, over to 63.5.
You might as well bet on UCF.
Alex, but if you do that,
I'm not doing it.
I feel like it's the anti. This is
I'm
like countering your Neil Brown hate.
I'm not doing it.
I may wake up and do it, but I'm not putting it on the best bets for a shout.
I'm not doing it. But
Ooh,
I
Speaking of
just don't
waking
think
up and
about it.
placing bets earlier than maybe you would like to, I want the world to know that Alex did not even make it to 11 o'clock last week before Alex placed a bet against Colorado.
And honestly, that was just because I drank a lot of caffeine. I had not had any alcohol yet at that point.
We
All
were
right.
driving. We were driving to Morgantown,
I
and
just got
Alex did
excited and
this.
I had caffeine and I just did it.
All
And
right.
I lost.
Alcohol, I don't know what Alex did in those 2 hours. I don't know what type of betting Alex was doing at that point, but
None, thank gosh.
Thank gosh.
I feel like this is one of those things you can either be consuming alcohol en masse or betting. I don't think both and can happen in your mind at the same
No,
time,
it
Alex.
always ends badly.
All right. I'm staying away, but we will be there. Texas Tech at Oklahoma State. Texas Tech favored by 3.5, over under 66.5.
I'm taking
I,
Texas Tech.
I was just curious on Alex's thought in this Big
Oklahoma
12
State
matchup.
is hot garbage. Texas Tech had a run during the season where they were a decent team. I think that they cover 3.5.
There's, there's our Big 12 guy. Army at Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 14.5, over under 44.5.
Give me Army plus 14.5. Navy bit me. Army is not gonna. Go America. Don't look at me like that. Go America. Harry
Jim,
locked it in.
Jim, any thoughts?
Bold.
Bold. Bold.
Like I'm not gonna knock it.
Yeah.
I think I can tell you a lot of my coworkers would support that. Be like, hell yeah, because we too hate Notre Dame, but we would not put our money on that. So bold
Money
is
on it.
my
Go America.
Jim,
good for
are
you.
these people similar to you in anti-touchdown Jesus or anti Notre Dame?
Isn't that one and the same?
I guess so.
We hate Notre Dame.
But are cool with Marcus Freeman.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that was at the same sentiment. I guess that's probably
Yes.
the better way to put that. All right.
Yes.
I agree with Jim. Alex, I think this is a bold choice. I do think Notre Dame's ranking is inflated. Um, but I don't know if Army goes into Notre Dame and does the things that Northern Illinois did. So
Army's better than Northern Illinois.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's better from the time they played.
Just saying.
Alex, go America.
And they'll win it all,
USC,
but it all in one place.
okay. USC, UCLA, USC favored by 4.5, over under 51.5.
Yeah.
This should be one of those fun Big Ten games towards the end of the year, and it sucks.
I don't think it sucks. I think it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Okay.
And because we're putting it in the parlay, even more fun.
True. What side are we on?
That's what we're gonna come to. We have to talk about the parlay, so we'll decide then.
Okay.
Guys in this parlay. Boise State at Wyoming. Boise favored by 22.5, over and 57.5. Do we have any touchdown
Mhm.
lines here?
I can't look at it because Ohio are cocks. So
Mhm. Let's see. Hold.
I might email Donald.
Donald Trump?
Yeah, see if he can fix this.
Well, he's going to kick it back to the States, Jim. It's his
That
MO.
is true.
He's going to say, Ohio, figure it out. And Ohio's going to say,
I don't
we
know
already,
because they can make money doing it. So
we already figured it out.
no, I think I can convince them.
Okay. Alex, do we have a line or is it still too early?
Oh, I clicked on the game, and now that I have clicked on the game, we do not have a line.
All right.
No,
Oh,
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 oh, oh.
uh, no.
So premature sell the 19, Bob.
Yeah,
Um,
it was like it loaded more things, and then that still wasn't one of the things.
yeah. All right. That's the only reason I ever am curious about Boise State. I mean, Boise State kind of controls their own destiny in the college football playoff at this point. So, um, I mean, I want to see them in it. So cover, be my lean. Iowa State at Utah. Iowa State favored by 7.5, over to 42.5.
I want to see him. I want to see Utah or Iowa State win this. I really, really do. I don't know why I'm not taking this, but I think it's because I don't trust Iowa State enough. Alex, give me some
Uh,
feedback.
I mean, Utah's down bad. I think Iowa State is a good team. Um, I I wouldn't hate the pick to take Iowa State to cover here.
I'll debate it.
What Iowa State team shows up? Good one or the bad one?
Muff's card's getting big.
It's about the same as it was last week, buddy. About the same. Fox or Cox. Jesus. I just saw what you guys named your parlay.
Yeah.
Texas A&M at Auburn. A&M favored by 2.5 over to 46.5. I this is where the SEC gets weird for me because A&M should be the safe pick here.
Yeah, but Auburn is a freaking wild card, especially this time of
I'm
year.
That's what I'm saying. This is the SEC. I have no idea what's going on right now.
I don't want anything to do with it because it's this time of year and Auburn catches somebody.
Yeah, my gut immediately was like, yeah, we're taking Texas A&M here, and I was like,
But
maybe
are
we should
we?
temper our.
That's it. Do some tempering. Next, Bama at Oklahoma. Bama favored by 13.5 over to 46.5. Give me Alabama.
That's not a bad pick.
No,
No what?
I don't think it's a bad pick at all.
She said no. Like, stop. Don't do that. All right.
Like the last three games, I could put on my card
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and like have confidence that like, but man, my card would be big.
yeah.
And last for this week, we have Vanderbilt at LSU. LSU favored by 7.5 over under 53.5.
LSU should be on the comeback here, and Vandy should be knocked off a peg. But if it goes the other way, I'm okay too. I'm
I
just go ahead.
if I was picking here, I'd pick Vandy.
I would too. I'm staying away.
I'm just gonna all the way stay away. I would say Vandy just because it's 7.5 line. All right. Wraps up the college slate, which brings us into our best bets. Starting first to worst, Alex.
I am going with the Steelers minus 3.5 of the Browns. I'm going against everything in me, but I don't want to miss out on the fun. Uh, Illinois minus 1.5 at Rutgers. Texas Tech minus 3.5 at Oklahoma State. Uh, Army plus 14.5 at Notre Dame. Bucks minus 5.5 at the Giants. Lions minus 7.5 at the Colts. And the Broncos minus 6.5 at the Raiders.
I'm going next. I'm going to take the Steelers cover 3.5 at the Mistake on the Lake and Thursday Night Football. I'm going to take Kentucky plus the points, 20.5 at Texas. Colorado, Kansas over 59.5. Bama to cover 13.5 at Oklahoma. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers cover 5.5 against Tommy Cutlets and the Giants. The Broncos cover 6.5 at the Raiders. And the Rams plus 2.5 hosting the Philadelphia Eagles.
There you go.
Jim.
I got scared. I got bold. I got scared. All right, so I'm taking the Steelers minus 3.5 at the Browns. Iowa minus 6.5 versus Maryland. Illinois minus 1.5 at Rutgers. Ole Miss minus 10.5 at Florida. Texas A&M minus 2.5 at Auburn. The Vikings minus 3.5 at the Bears.
Mm, okay.
Texans minus 7.5 against the Titans, and the Lions minus 7.5 at the Colts.
Is that a Lizzo pick?
What, the Vikings?
Yeah.
I'm not even sold on this. Like, I'm so
These are,
not sold on
these are your
this.
best bets, buddy. And you could change it now or forever
I
hold your
know.
peace.
I actually am. Damn. No, yeah, I'm leaving it be. I'm leaving it be.
Okay.
I'm leaving it be.
He's gonna leave it be, Alex.
Trust your gut.
Right.
I
Yeah,
am.
you didn't last week, remember. So
Yep.
I think it is time for you to trust the gut.
Yep.
Next to our specialty pick, starting with you, Mike. All star hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, pow, pow.
We could go scorched earth, boys.
Mm,
Put a
That
Thursday night
Steelers
game in
game,
there.
I know. Alex is the only veto here that I'm down.
I don't think
I
Alex is a
mean,
veto. I think Alex is just
I'd do it. I mean, it's one of my best bets
Hammer at
to
home.
win.
Thursday night football, Steelers. Just bucking all of our normal situations here, boys.
We got to shake voodoo off, man.
Gotta do something. Next in the Midwest Mobster, risky pick of the week.
Get out of here.
The Moneyline Dog.
We don't have
Army.
Kentucky.
I mean, I have plus points. I don't think any either of you guys have plus point
I have
bets.
Army.
Alex Doug says we got
Army.
Army.
Mine's the closest to a money line, but I don't think I can talk you guys into Rams money line.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Where's that at?
It's Rams plus 2.5 against the Eagles.
Against
Eagles.
About Kansas plus 3.5.
no.
Sorry, Alex. There's actually I saw the stat that between Colorado and Denver, the past like 6 weeks, they're like 10-2 against the spread between those two teams. Sorry, buddy. Other thoughts? I'm just looking at other lines here.
The
49.
Army's not bad. I wouldn't mind that. The Rams, I wouldn't mind.
That's a Army is a super dog. Um,
So,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
it's a money line. It's not plus the points, Jim.
Rams, Seahawks, Chargers.
yeah, I don't know that I want any of those that are not on our pick at this point.
I'm okay with the Rams.
Just looking at other options.
I
Looking at
can
other
root for
options.
some Puka Nakuka.
And we're doing some wild shit. So I'm kind of okay with Army.
I will not sign off on Army.
God, Muff.
My
God.
faith America got it.
I will not sign off on Army money line.
WVU.
I don't think Jim's going to sign off on WVU.
I'm
No.
just kidding.
Don't think we get Jim's yay on that one.
No.
I think we have to go with the Rams. I think that's our option.
I still think Army. I still press Army pretty hard
I
here.
feel like I understand you're pressing it. You also just said you hate Notre Dame.
And
I feel like there's some spite in going that hard on Army.
I've been pushing for the super dog for the record.
Right. You can make it a whole new pick if you want to.
No. Go with the Rams then.
I don't feel like we can have a new parlay and a new pick all in one time.
Yeah, I agree.
We are not doing good enough for this.
Yeah.
Eagles at Rams. Money line for the Rams as the money line dog. Hosting the Eagles as the Midwest Mobster risky pick of the week. Before we get into your guys' parlay, let's do the Snell of the Nutting Team Bob parlay,
Huh.
which we will know on Thursday if it's a winner, or at least
Yeah.
if it moves on. Jim, you have the first pick.
Give me the Lions.
I like it.
-7.5 at the Colts.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I have the next pick. Give me Broncos -6.5 at the
Mother.
Raiders.
I was gonna take. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh bother.
And there's no light.
No, I know.
I-
Illinois -1.5 at Rutgers.
Ugh. Ugh.
You guys are gonna live and die by the Big Ten this week.
I mean, Alex. All right, whatever.
You guys hated the Army pick. So
I would.
Oh, hey, listen, Alex, we've
It's your
I think
pick,
we've
brother.
decided this we don't argue against the parlay. It's whenever it's a collective decision where we have these feelings. You can put Army plus the points if you want.
No, I'm gonna leave it.
You hate America now.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
now it's on you.
Alex,
You guys are
you once were a patriotic nationalist. Now I doubt you.
where I live. Literally.
What?
Said it's where I live. And I said literally. All right.
All right, boys, take it away.
Jim,
So the new parlay for a week, maybe more, is the Fox R Cox parlay. Is the Big Ten parlay because these teams will probably never get the limelight. Uh, it's the Iowa versus Maryland game, the Illinois versus Rutgers, Wisconsin versus Nebraska, Northwestern versus Michigan, and UCLA versus USC.
I think the only
My,
one we're going to have to debate here is the last one.
so you agree we're taking Iowa.
Yes, Iowa minus 6.5 versus Maryland. Yes.
We're taking Illinois minus 1.5 at Rutgers.
Yes.
We're taking Wisconsin minus 2.5 at Nebraska.
Yeah.
I mean, I just put them in there the way I wanted to take them. So if
Yeah,
we
no, I
can,
agree though so far.
okay. I don't know that I agree, but I love you for it because you support me here on the Michigan hate. So Northwestern plus 10.5 at Michigan.
No, my gut definitely said Northwestern from
All
the
right, let
with
it
or
ride.
without the Michigan hate.
So now USC versus UCLA. USC minus 4.5. Over under is 51.5.
What are you
What
suggesting?
I hate USC so bad that I would go plus the points, but I feel like logic I could hear it out and be like, all right.
Are we allowed to do an over under in these situations?
I don't it's our parlay. We can do whatever the hell we want.
Would USC versus UCLA over 51.5 make sense to you?
I know you're a man who doesn't like unders, so like I could
Yeah, I'm
support
not
that.
going to take the under probably. So we're either going to do the over. I would probably lean USC minus 4.5. So those are the two that I would put forth: the over or the USC minus 4.5.
I would probably take the over in that situation because I don't want to root for USC.
All right, I say we do it.
All right, over.
We used sound logic there, kind of, as much as we're ever going to use.
All right. So
Yeah.
the Fox or Cox parlay, Iowa minus 6.5 at Maryland, Illinois minus 1.5 at Rutgers, Wisconsin minus 2.5 at Nebraska, Northwestern plus 10.5 at Michigan, and USC at UCLA over 51.5.
I like it.
I'm gonna spice it up. If you've made it this far in the show and you show us proof that you bet with our parlay,
This parlay.
this parlay, I will send you a gift.
Send it to @SportsGymMuff on Instagram or Twitter.
Yep.
I
Sports
like
Stuff
it.
with Jim and Muff on Facebook.
Can we make a graphic for this that's a
Uh,
fox with
we you
Fox and
mean
chickens.
you two can make a graphic for this if
oh,
you
I
so
wasn't meaning
choose.
I'll
chickens.
make the graphic tomorrow, Alex.
Okay.
Muff, it'll be in our
My
on our
mind went somewhere
spot.
different,
If
but
you put it on the
probably
social media.
This is entirely you two. Figure it
my
out.
mind my mind went different. And I'm glad we're gonna go with your idea. I think we should stick with barnyard animals.
This is entirely on you two. I take no responsibility in the graphic, nor in posting said graphic.
All right, I'm on it.
And we'll take care of it. We're
I'm on it.
responsible.
What's that, Alex?
We're responsible ish.
Look what it took you to be responsible. You had to come up with a parlay that is phallic,
No,
has
nobody said
equal
about Alex. That's
No, it's
you.
chicken.
That's you. It's chickens.
COX is chickens.
In my
Yes.
world.
Isn't there a media broadcast company called Cox? Media broadcast company.
Why do you have to use big words?
Yeah, why?
This is like a mixture
Also,
of
Wisconsin
Big Ten, Big
plus
Noon
two and a
kickoff
half.
hate and all of Jim's team hate, all at like the same point. Like, this is like
Hmm.
blending all of these things. The only thing you don't have in here is Army plus the points, just because you guys said it had to stay a Big Ten thing.
Just to clarify, it's Wisconsin plus 2.5.
Is it
What?
plus?
Yeah,
Plus 2.5.
which is even better for us. So.
Love it. Love it.
Anything else, gentlemen?
I think we got all
Muff,
of
I
it.
think you should be on board with this. Like, we're bashing on Fox.
It's fun, damn it.
I mean, I'm all about bashing on Fox, but you guys went off the reservation a little bit here.
You're gonna
It,
feel real bad when this is the winning parlay.
you know why I'm gonna feel bad? Is it because you don't have all of the Big Ten games in there? If you guys are gonna go scorched earth, go all the way.
Mm, we're like just like
You
lighting
guys,
our
there's
on fire.
this is like you're not going all the way. Like you're not committed.
We're just lighting some kindling. You're not going to rope us into this. Jim, stay strong. We have a good
I'm with
thing
you,
here. Don't
buddy.
let
I'm
him
I'm
ruin
just,
with
it.
you.
you guys just aren't fully committed to this. That's all
We
I'm
have a
gonna
good thing
say.
here. Don't let him get in our heads and ruin it.
I'm not letting him.
I question your loyalty to the cause.
You're not even betting it at all.
Yeah.
Maybe I would if I felt that you guys were really committed.
Guess what, Muff? You're going to be sad when this parlay hits. You weren't on it, and Jim and I have a
Payday.